We were talking about Brutus the Barber Beefcake yesterday. There's allegations that there may have been some gay sex with him and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, well, you look at those pictures of those guys.
Yeah.
It's very gay.
Yeah. Jimmy's not surprised, he said yesterday.
Yeah, why did a lot of them pick this very flamboyant dress and stuff? Like, Sergeant Slaughter picked, like, a military uniform, shit like that. What made somebody not want to be that guy, but go like, you know what I want to do? I'm going to put on tights, and I'm going to wear, like, this flamboyant fucking, feathers and shit like that.
Those were the guys that made the money in the 80s.
But why?
Because, it was rock and wrestling. You had to go out there like...
No, it wasn't really rocking. It was very femmy.
It was. I mean, but like guys like Ivan Koloff just had like that one piece, that black.
Yeah.
Just that one stripe. Like Nikolai Volkov just had like black trunks.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it. Ivan Putski, same.
Right. George Steele.
George the Animal Steele. Yeah, just hairy. Yeah.
Now you look at
Dusty
Rhodes, like the Rock. How about you take guys like the Rockers, right?
Right.
Now they were supposed to be rockers.
Yeah.
And they dressed like that. So even they could have an excuse. But you'd get just the guy that would come out,
like Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Well, because he's half barber, half male stripper.
Half
he's a
beefcake. Half barber, half
Is
male
that what that was
stripper.
about?
Well, because he started as Brutus Beefcake, and he was just like he was pretty much a Chippendale, but they didn't say.
So what did he,
But then when he turned to a good guy, he was the barber.
Why?
Like, kids like the barber.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
They give him a lollipop.
Oh, yeah.
That is the dumbest gimmick ever if you think about it. It's like, what do you want to be? Oh, how about we make a barber character that runs out in the
that
ring?
was when they had a cop, and they had a Mountie, and they had, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
Boss man.
That's right.
He's, where's he now? What's he doing?
But didn't he get in a skydiving accident? Like he fell on his face or something?
He was on the beach, Brutus Beefcake. He smashed his face up because one of those paragliders hit him in the face with their knees while they were. Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't even in the thing?
No, he was just like standing on a dock or something,
Brutus
and somebody
had some tough luck.
shattered his entire face.
Oh, wow.
With their knees.
Why did he move out of the way? You could see those things coming.
He's probably on coke or something.
Thought it was a big bird. Fucking idiot. By the way, Keith Robinson was in yesterday.
Thought it was a flying cock.
And he said that picture looked like a fat you, which made me laugh.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that looks like fat Florentine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, motherfucker. Well, goddamn.
She also said the Ultimate Warrior was gay. Hulk Hogan's wife said this.
Yeah, well, the Ultimate Warrior said that Hulk used to take his wife around, and all the wrestlers would fuck his wife, and he would, like, sometimes watch, get involved, cuckold. And she said, no, that never happened. And I think this guy that said that, Warrior, is gay.
Yeah, I mean, they try to keep, there's a lot of secrets, I think. I've talked to the Iron Sheik before, and there's allegations that a lot of those guys running the wrestling and the wrestlers were gay, and he just doesn't see. He's like, I don't know, I didn't see anything, I just drank. So I don't know, but he definitely knows. There's insinuations.
Camel clutch.
I
humble you. I fuck you and humble you.
Nikolai Volkov actually has a lot to say when you talk to him about guys who were gay back in the day.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I've talked to him about
Volkov,
it.
what has he said?
Well, I mean, there's a long-standing rumor about Pat Patterson.
Oh, yeah. Patterson. I've heard that one. Yeah.
His real name's Pat Patter daughter, but he changed it.
All right, Chip. Oh, God.
But there are rumors about him in the Brooklyn Brawler.
The Brooklyn Brawler?
Yes.
There's also rumors about Tony Gurria. Remember him?
Yes.
He was that
Fuck. What was his name? Did he have a name, though? Tony something?
No, he was just...
Tony Gurria.
But he was one of those guys like an SD Jones that kind of lost most of the time.
I had his brother gone.
Supposedly.
I knew that wasn't far behind.
But supposedly he was kept in the WWF for a reason.
Oh, to keep somebody happy?
Keep a lot of guys happy.
Oh, well, yeah.
And there were, like, back many years ago, I think in the 80s, even the late 80s or something.
Yeah.
There were a couple of ring boys, I think, was just like guys who, like, young guys who set up the ring and stuff who tried to sue and said Pat Patterson had taken liberties.
Yeah.
What liberties did they say he took?
I don't know the specifics, but I would assume at least oral sex would have been involved.
He was sucking their young cocks, or they were sucking his cock?
He would probably I mean, he'd probably be down for either one.
In your fantasy, what would if you were a ring boy? Let's say you were a fucking twinkish, shirtless ring boy.
I would prefer Pat Patterson to give me a blowjob than for me to give
How about if he was sucking your dick and he laid you back and all of a sudden you heard his belt and then all of a sudden he lowered his older gentleman dick and balls
and he flipped around so you could do each other.
Smell like bad perfume.
And you smelled the oniony asshole over your face because he's been in that seat all day.
His balls smell like high karate. he fucking smacks some high karate on him.
He's a legend, though. He's the first Intercontinental Champion, so you gotta respect him.
Big stomach is rested on your chest. And then he even stops sucking you. Like he just puts his face, your dick is resting against his face, and he just starts humping your mouth like a dog on a carpet.
Oh, shit.
Fucking your ring boy mouth.
I'm not a ring boy.
And then you hear him just go like, "Can I put a finger on my ass?" And you're like, and you pretend you don't hear it, and then he just reaches back and he slaps your hand and he puts it, and then you put a finger in his ass and he comes immediately.
He's demanding.
Yeah, because he's done that a million times. He knows all the moves.
Yeah.
He wants to come before Vince gets there.
He knows the ring boys. Just having the gig is a lot more important than their
Dignity,
exactly.
Vince always scolds him for doing it. So
he always knows when there's a crying ring boy and little cum drops on the rug in the office.
God damn it, Pat.
Yeah.
Pat, look, you got to knock it off with the ring boys.
Sam, on instant feedback, a clip from the Donahue show about the WWF sex scandal.
Okay.
I think Donahue did a whole fucking show on
I think
this.
I've seen that.
Is that new?
No.
I'm just kidding.
What you do on your own goddamn time is your business. But you can't be fucking the ring boys. No fucking the ring boys, Pat. The turnbuckle's covered with your cum. We gotta clean it up before every match.
Why would he come on the turnbuckle?
I don't know, because he'd grip onto the corner.
Oh, yeah.
As a young ring boy shoves 4 fingers up his ass, and then diddles his taint with this thumb.
Do you believe the sexual harassment?
And I bet you if Sam was the ring boy, Pat would have him pinned up against the corner turnbuckle, and he'd have a hand on each rope, and he'd be kissing Sam ferociously while another ring boy knelt behind him and ate his asshole.
Oh, shit.
And he would make them switch back and forth.
Would the ring boy go against the ropes to get a running start?
Yeah.
And slide right in there.
And he'd put his face in his ass. He'd step first. He'd step on the fucking...
to make that loud sound.
Sam would be the one he kissed more because he had lifesaver breath.
Lifesaver. Jesus. Like the red ones.
Yeah. Let's take a listen to this thing.
Harassment exists in your workplace? I believe that Do you believe that sexual harassment exists in your workplace? I believe that there's a possibility of sexual harassment existing everywhere. And I asked directly if it was in the World Wrestling Federation. In my organization, I don't want it. I'd like to reiterate the question. Do you believe there is sexual harassment amongst the wrestlers or employees of the World Wrestling Federation today? There is a possibility of that. That's why I have these independent investigators to come in. And who are these independent investigators? Fairfax Group Limited. And I would like, to hear what you have to say. And everyone has to say. I want to get to the bottom of it. Would you therefore believe that because of all these allegations coming forward and more corroborating evidence proving that there's no doubt sexual harassment is running rampant in the World Wrestling Federation, that you are definitely going to come
wild, brother.
and do something about
Pause that for a second. Who is this guy questioning him like this?
Yeah.
I'm amazed Vince would go with this.
But Vince is actually...
Plus, I'm amazed they have the phone number of the Phil Donahue show on the TV.
Yeah, look at that.
So anyone could call in.
But Vince is this guy's making Vince uncomfortable. Like, Vince is not in a dominant position here at all.
No, this was 92.
Is this a
Vince
surprise
is
attack,
usually
you
right
think?
in their face.
Vince answered the question, and the guy grilled him, and he's like, well, yeah, no, I do. It's possible. Vince is nervous.
The more recent Vince would have leaned over in his chair in the guy's face and go, "You make allegations like that against me, I'll have your ass."
Saying this guy Murray Hodgson.
God, Murray confronts Vince on Donahue about allegations that he was fired from WWF after refusing to sleep with then Vice President Pat Patterson. So they know each other.
Whoa.
So Vince may know this guy is absolutely right.
Absolutely right.
Why would Vince agree to this?
Maybe he didn't know he was going to be there, or
And
maybe
it may have been the steroid thing, too, because this was right when the steroid scandal was breaking. So maybe Vince thought he would clear his name.
I'll play that, though. Okay,
What's this guy's name?
Murray Hodgson. Hodgson. Mr. Hodgson. I'm guessing.
If in fact that is the case, why wouldn't I do something about it? Why would I risk what we have? Because you haven't done anything about it until it became public, because you thought it was underwater. Because I had no knowledge of it. I made knowledge of it to you when I was fired, and you just blew it off and let me go. I retained a lawyer. Because you were not very good. You were not a very good announcer. You could not. That's the only reason why you were fired. You could not make the transition from radio to television. That is the only reason why you were fired. I would like to remind you, sir, that I have a 2-year contract. 2 years. You also have a clause in your contract that states, and as you know, you were hired on a trial basis. I was not hired on a trial basis. You do not have a contract? Mr. McMahon, I have a 2-year deal with your firm. In that contract, you will note, in a clause, it states very clearly, and I have it outlined for all to see here today, that you can be fired almost at whim. If, in fact, you're not doing a good job. You did a horrible job. That's the only reason. That's it. Maybe I should point out, first and foremost, that might be your inability to pick good talent. It could be. You had a national talent search, Vince McMahon. Could be. You advertised in Billboard magazine and across many different media sources searching for one man that could be the new...
You know who got this job that the guy got fired from? He said you couldn't make the transition from radio to television. That's when Vince was looking for a radio guy. It's Todd Pettingale's job.
Oh, my God.
Todd
really?
got it after this guy?
Todd is the guy who ended up with this job.
After this.
Yes.
I wonder if Todd had to fucking suck off Pat Patterson.
Hold that clip right there. Because we got a guy on the line that swears he sued
Why would you?
the WWF back in 1992. Tom in Manhattan. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys? I never give interviews, very, very rarely. But I'm a fan, and I just was listening this morning. I sued in 1992. Just real quickly, Pat Patterson never did anything with any ring boys. I was a young kid. I started helping set up the ring back in the 80s. It was Mel Phillips and Terry Garvin.
Wait, who are they? I don't know who those guys are.
That says you.
It's public record. It's public.
Hold on.
All right, Tom, we got to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, you can't just start spitting out names on the radio. We got to know who these people.
No, I got you. Okay.
Well, can you give us your last name so we can Google it?
Just Google WWE. Tom Cole, C-O-L-E.
All right, just because if it's public record and this is you.
No, you'll see it all over the place. But I just want to state that Pat Patterson never did anything with young boys. And Vince, I'm the one, I was in the audience during the Donahue interview. They got rid of Mel Phillips, who was in charge of the ring crews and was a ring announcer, and Terry Garvin, who was, he was like a manager for the WWF, not, a TV manager, but behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. So, they harassed me and other young kids, boys, teenagers, but they did get rid of them, and they never came back to work.
Now, wait, you're saying that were they found guilty of that, or are you just alleging that, or was that actually proven?
The WWF looked into it, and they found it to be found. They found everything I said.
But they weren't found guilty. They just got fired.
Yeah, they just got the boot.
Yeah, they got the boot.
Well, Tom, I don't know if that's true or not.
How old were you when you were working for the WWF?
I started on and off from the time I was about 13, 14 years old.
And what happened to you, allegedly?
The guy, Mel Phillips, had a foot fetish, but it was never anything more than a foot fetish. So I know it's funny, guys.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Mel from Alice?
Anyway, and Terry Garvin.
The funny thing is, the guy would offer him pictures of Florentine.
So the guy had a foot fetish.
And the other guy, Terry Garvin, he was the guy who, tried to use his job as an instrument to get.
Wait, who's Terry Garvin? I don't know who. Is that?
He was an assist. He was an office man.
Dude, you might be telling the truth. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm only saying that we can't just start spitting out last name allegations on the radio.
Yeah, we got to protect our shit.
Hold on, but we just have to make sure.
No, I know you do, but I'm sure Sam could Google it now and 100 things will come up.
Is that Terry Garvin?
That's Terry Garvin.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh, boy.
That's pretty flamboyant right there.
It's a good name for him, Terry, because it could go either way.
I got to go back to work.
All right, buddy.
I could call back, but I got to go back to work.
All right, Tom. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Oh, man, I want to talk to that fucker.
Yeah, but I don't know if any of this stuff is true. It's like he's just saying that. I would rather investigate it first.
Is his name all over the website, Tom Cole, Sam?
Yes, I found a bunch of Tom Cole stuff.
Yeah, he's a merry old soul.
A merry old soul was he.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'd call for his pipe, he'd call for his ball, and he'd get fucked in the ass instead. Old Tom Cole had a filthy old hole and had cocks and cum in it. Old Tom Cole drank cum out of a bowl. While Pat Patterson fingered his tuchus.
Pat Patterson didn't do anything.
I know.
It seems Pat Patterson's that guy just pretty much vindicated Pat Patterson.
He's the first intercontinental champion for
Sure
God's
was.
sake.
Of course he is.
But we got the guy to talk. That one guy had a foot fetish.
Yeah,
I
Mel.
want to know what happened after that. Because then the other guy came in.
Mel.
And then good old Mel had the foot fetish.
That's what he said.
And then Terry came in, and that's when
Terry Garvin.
the guy had to go back to work. I want him to call back.
Mel was sucking them tootsies, I guess.
And what did Terry Garvin try to do?
Dirty wrestler feet. Do you think of worse feet to suck?
After you just built the ring and put it up.
Oh, sweaty ass crack.
Probably loves Hulkster's feet.
Working all day.
Men feet and sneakers and union shoes. Fucking horrible. They smell. Calluses and fungus. Good old Mel on his knees jerking off, rubbing his cock into the canvas. Big black delicious hog.
Sam, the Garvin, who did he play?
I think he was a wrestler way back when. And
was
then,
he the Red Rooster?
No, that's Terry Taylor.
Oh.
All right.
Wow.
Fair enough, sir.
He's
Fair
not
enough.
the Red Rooster.
I was just wondering.
He was an older wrestler, and then he ended up working in the back office.
And you mentioned the Big Boss Man, and John's going to tell you exactly what's going on with him.
Oh, really?
Because you don't know, sir.
I was wondering.
You don't know,
You
sir.
ain't shit.
Yeah.
John, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, the Big Boss Man, he died of a heart attack back in, like, the 90s or something like that.
Kidding? How did it happen? Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, he died of a heart attack, but,
Oh, no.
God, we didn't know that.
What about
First time I'm hearing that.
What about JFK? How's he doing?
he lost his head.
Of course he did. Right, we get it. Jesus.
Nikolai Volkov is a building inspector in Baltimore.
Is he really?
That's what he does. Imagine that guy showing up here.
Hey, oh boy.
You're in for a treat today, Florentine.
We found out yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Brutus Beefcake
Uncle
was
Nino's here.
collecting subway tokens in Boston.
Yeah,
like working in the subway.
Yep.
Actually, working in the subway collecting
Really?
tokens.
Yeah.
Until he had an incident with a bag of possible
Cocaine.
coke.
Yeah, there seemed to be a
I
bag
guess
of coke.
Hulk didn't give him any hush money.
No hush money there if you're a token giver outer.